Michael Burry predictions for 2022. Michael James Burry is an American investor, physician, and manager of a hedge fund born on June 19, 1971. He established Scion Capital, a hedge fund he led until 2008 before liquidating to concentrate on his investments. Michael Burry is a very successful investor who has recently offered some reliable predictions. In a recent conversation, Burry stated that he anticipates the market to go through an extreme crash in 2022. While it's challenging to be sure of what will happen, it's worth considering the possibility and making plans for the possibility of volatility. If you're worried about the market, you might want to talk to an advisor in the field of finance for advice on your choices. According to Big Short investor Michael Burry, investors may only be halfway through a crippling market collapse that has already decimated stocks and the most popular cryptocurrencies. Scion Capital Management CEO Burry cautioned that corporate earnings would soon be affected by rising inflation and Federal Reserve interest rates, which have already harmed vital stock indices and crypto tokens. Burry tweeted on Thursday, "Adjusted for inflation 2022, first half S&P 500 down 25 to 26%, NASDAQ down 34 to 35%, and Bitcoin down 64 to 65%. Multiple compression was used there. Earnings compression is the next topic. I guess we're halfway there." The broad-based S&P 500 finished the first half of the year with its poorest performance since 1970. The tech-heavy NASDAQ reported its worst first half of all time and its worst quarter since 2008. Burry's forecast for the market for 2022. Michael Burry usually comes out 1 or 2 years early in his trades. He also gets out a couple of months earlier. However, he's usually correct in an enormous way, regardless of whether it was his first value stock picks, his famous short mortgage loans, GameStop deep value investment in 2020, or Tesla short in 2021. Here are some of his earlier examples. Michael Burry did his first subprime mortgage deals on the 19th of May 2005. He purchased $60 million worth of credit default swaps from Deutsche Bank, which is $10 million on every 6 bonds. The entire inventory was sold in April 2008 and earned the sum of $100 million for himself and $700 million for his investors as his bet on the housing market returned. In August 2019, Scion Capital announced that it had purchased 3 million shares valued at $16.56 million from the electronics and gaming retailer GameStop. It means Burry has accumulated the shares in GameStop stock at approximately $5.52 per share. Although he wasn't able to get the parabolic rise on GameStop GME share price, which climbed to $438 per share in January 2021, he did build up his position to the low single digits, which means he could have tripled, doubled, or even quadrupled his investment, at the very least when he left during the fourth quarter in 2020. We do not know the exact date he left in the fourth quarter, but we know that he could not participate in the whole Wall Street Bets Reddit 2021 run-up. He was extremely close to making the ultimate long-term investment, and they'd have to develop a brand new film in the event Christian Bale was available again. He is likely to be extremely happy to earn a triple-digit profit when he leaves in 2020, since that is the ultimate goal of a value investor, which is his primary method of investment. It is believed that he has given up and retracted the significant position he held on Tesla puts, as well as ARKK puts, and cut down his holdings drastically at the time of the latest third quarter 2021 filing of 13F on September 30th, 2021. He believed that hyperinflation was inevitable. However, he struggled with his bearish bets on stocks going against him in the short run and forced him to sell. He was close to seeing 2 prominent short positions yield exponential returns because of the size of the positions and the leverage of the put options. But it was way too early. Burry's forecast for the market in 2022. What is a market crash? A market crash, like Michael Burry predicts, is a drop of more than 50% from a price peak. Most market crashes are potentially over as price overtakes a chart's critical 200-day moving average line. His market crash prediction is based on the overprinting of fiat currencies, broken supply chains, and worldwide macroeconomic weakness after the mismanagement of market economies worldwide. Michael Burry created an investment fund called Scion Capital in the year 2000. At the time, the fund was considered a known value investor. This was when he was able to attract Joel Greenblatt and managers of the Vanguard Group. When his first-year results were announced and the Vanguard Group was announced, all of his customers were more interested. Scion reported returns of 55% at a time when the S&P declined by close to 12% by 2001. Michael had predicted the rise of the internet, and the profits were distributed on behalf of his investors. Michael Burry made his profits through short selling of the tech stocks that were most overvalued. Michael Burry earned his name as an expert investor, having success repeatedly. Unfortunately, his reputation did not suffice to satisfy the question of his predictions in the context of the subprime mortgage danger. Unexpectedly, in 2005, he predicted the whole housing market would fall. Despite his reputation as an investor, many clients refused to believe him. In the end, Michael was proven correct in 2007, establishing his reputation as an expert on the market. Possibility of a collapse in 2022? In the middle of February 2021, Michael said, "The market is dancing on a knife's edge solely because his investors weren't supportive of Michael. A crash is bound to happen if there is evidence of a rise within the S&P 500 index." Based on Michael Burry, the part of the problem is a general shift of assets from funds managed actively towards passive index funds that he prefers to refer to as passive investing's IQ drain. Inexperienced investors are rushing into stocks, and it looks like the latest trends heightened the risk. For example, GameStop went from less than $20 per share to $483 to $50 per share within less than 30 days. Most notable is that Michael made $270 million from GameStop. There's been a dramatic rise in interest in call options, and it is not just due to novice traders. The leverage call options that experts use can be profitable. However, there is an excellent possibility of these strategies ending up at risk, resulting in brutal consequences. Michael Burry has suggested that the price increase for stocks could happen within the next 12 months. It could begin with overvalued stocks like Tesla, which Elon Musk controls. Elon Musk refers to this particular stock as #Tesla Souffle. The Michael Burry prediction. According to the analysis of Michael Burry, there might be a collapse in 2022. However, he has assured that he has warned everyone despite people not acknowledging his predictions. He stated, "People say I didn't warn last time. I did, but no one listened. So I warned this time, and still no one listens. But I will have proof I warned." As a matter of fact, he went ahead and changed his social media handle to Cassandra. Cassandra is known to be a prophetess who appears in Greek mythology. Her curse was a lifetime of seeing the future and begging others to listen, but never being believed. This brings us to the end of today's video. If you have found this video interesting, please give us a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to help the channel grow. Also, show us your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.